Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Big Akbar Ahmed, and today I want to go ahead and speak about Pride Month. Today is June 4th. It is Pride Month for those who do not know. And this month always just weirded me out, to be completely honest with you. I personally do not care if you're gay, lesbian, transgender, whatever you are, bisexual. That is personally up to you. And honestly, I shouldn't even know about it, correct? It's kind of weird to me that someone wears their sexuality on their chest. Growing up, going through high school, like when my friends used to come up to me and be like, yo, like, I just, made out with this chick last night, or I just did it with this chick. I always was weirded out. Like, bro, why are you telling me your personal information? Like, I don't want to know what you did last night in the privacy of your own home or someone else's home. Like, it's very weird to me. I find these personal matters odd that you would go ahead and wear these things on your chest. Cool, you're straight. Cool, you're gay. Cool, you're whatever. When it comes down to a religious stance, sodomy is a sin, right? Fornication is a sin. Adultery is a sin. This is having oral, anal sex. This is going ahead and having sex outside of marriage, even if it's straight sex. You cannot have sex outside of marriage. This is a grave sin. And these things are looked down upon very, very, very highly by the creator of the heavens and the earth. We are human beings. We have morals. We have intellect. And it's very weird to me that people are wearing these things on their chests. They're wearing these things on their social profiles. They're wearing these things, and it's being implemented into movies and in TV. I always had a problem with this. No matter if it was straight, if it was gay, if it was whatever, when these things are promoted on television, or these things are promoted in school, or these things are promoted in parades and fairs, it's very odd to me. Like, Mardi Gras is sickening. A bunch of people go get drunk and take their boobies out, and it's just weird to me. It is completely demonic to me. And I don't understand why people do this. When I go get a job, or I sign up for the military, or I go to school, they don't ask me, do you like women? And I don't tell them, like, I don't have a big shirt on that says I love boobies, like, I love women, I can't wait to have intercourse with women. It's just very weird that this is even a thing, that Pride Month is even a thing to go ahead and represent or have. So I'm going to go ahead and check out this NBC News video here about how companies are actually pulling their funding from Pride. And just to let you guys know, I've made my channel because I like to interact with everyone. I don't care if you're gay, straight, Christian, Jewish, Hindu, Muslim, atheist. I like talking to everyone, and I like learning and educating myself. The number one thing and the most important thing to me, and the number one thing that I take from our religion, is the fact that it tells me to educate myself, right? Continue to educate yourself, right? I don't have an issue with hearing stances or talking to people. I don't have an issue even when people get angry or aggravated or cuss me out or whatever the case may be. That's fine. You can get all emotional, you can cuss me out. I just like what I take from specific conversations, right? And learning more. I might not agree with you, and I might disagree with you full-heartedly, but I'm born and raised in the United States of America. I have my constitutional rights, and you have yours. But I just still find it weird, gay, straight, no matter the case may be, when you're shoving sexuality down someone's throat, it's just weird. Like, I don't care if you like it from behind or from in front or from the left or from the right. And you're in, like, it's just very, very odd to me, gay or straight. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out this news video.
The pleasure of Pride pushed aside this year by many companies, with corporate sponsors signaling reserve. Pride organizers dismayed.
The corporate model no longer is sustainable in the political climate that we live in today.
That's in St. Louis, seeing major changes this year. While in New York, NYC Pride saying it's dealing with a budget shortfall of more than $750,000 due to dips in corporate sponsorships. A new survey of more than 200 executives by a risk management research firm shows nearly 40% plan to pull back on how they engage with Pride this year. Why? More than 60% say they fear backlash from the Trump administration and its actions against diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts by companies.
Our country will be woke no longer.
Some also fear falling prey to conservative activists and customers, becoming the next Bud Light. The company getting slammed after its 2023 partnership with trans influencer Dylan Mulvaney.
A can with my face on it.
It led to boycotts from figures like Kid Rock.
Bud Light.
Sending sales and shares plummeting in the months that followed. The beer's parent company, Anheuser-Busch, not sponsoring Pride St. Louis after a 30-year partnership. The company not returning our request for comment. Our team learning the pullback contributed to a $150,000 deficit for the organization's budget, though individual donors made up for that. The event also implementing a suggested donation of $10 to enter for the first time in its 45-year history.
This process has taught me that this community is resilient and we will find ways to be successful.
And the backlash now going both ways. Take Target, the big box retailer formerly famous for its Pride collection, undergoing its own boycott now too.
Well, Target, we still don't need you.
After rolling back its DEI goals. The company saying the backlash is taking a toll along with tariff uncertainty, causing it to miss first quarter sales estimates. We asked Target about its Pride plans, the company telling us it's absolutely dedicated to fostering inclusivity for everyone, adding it's offering an assortment of celebratory products in about half of stores, similar to last year, and sponsoring local events. But the cultural shift going beyond just Pride. You see here the 14-point drop from Republicans in just 4 years in supporting same-sex marriage.
You guys, I live in Florida. I live in Orlando. When it comes down to Pride, this is like one of the #1 places in the whole entire country. You'll go ahead and see it. It's weird. Like it's weird. When I go out, I don't see straight people screaming "I'm straight" at me, but I do see a lot of gay people screaming "I'm gay," and it's odd to me. Like, I don't care your sexuality. Why can't we just like be normal citizens? Why can't we just talk about something normal? Why can't we work together without you being just so sexual about everything? Sexuality is a private matter. It is a personal inclination to your nature. It's not something that you go out of your way to talk about all day or to wear as an identity. Your sexuality does not need to be your identity. Your identity is how you treat people. Your identity are the things that you like to do, not what you do in a bedroom in a private matter. I just find this is very, very odd. This whole entire movement and thing is very, very odd. This is nothing like I like how Pride is always compared to like the black movement, right? Like Martin Luther King Jr., like, oh, blacks need freedom. Like, no, this has nothing to do with gay people need freedom. Gay people are free to be gay in this country. Now, they're more than welcome to be free in this country. They can get married. They can have, merge social security numbers. They can do everything that everyone else can do. There's nothing stopping them. There are big people who are gay and LGBTQ, XYZ, that are in high power positions in this country now. Like, there's no reason for any of this. It's just weird to me. It's very odd to me.
The lowest level of acceptance for the party since 2016, when then candidate Trump said this after the Pulse nightclub shooting.
I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens from the violence and oppression of a hateful foreign ideology.
But with corporate money drying up, security is on the minds of Pride organizers. Do you have more concerns about safety and security this year?
Absolutely.
The National Pride Network that connects groups around the country telling us there are fewer and smaller events because less money means less safety, security, and accessibility.
And Stephen Romo is joining us now. Okay, Stephen, there's this term pinkwashing that, a lot of social media posts, et cetera, is more superficial rather than actually helpful. But there are some concerns from Pride organizations about what that could mean moving forward.
Yeah, organizers and advocates pointing out that visibility, changing the logos, that was helpful just to have the visibility. And it's one thing to stand up whenever support is easy, but they say now when support is a little bit harder, that silence can speak pretty loud. In fact, the St. Louis Pride organizers telling us that some organizations, some companies are sponsoring them, writing checks, but asking that their names and logos not be included. It's a strange time for Pride this year, Hallie.
Yeah, it is.
Let's actually see how many companies are taking advantage of and observing Pride Month this year, okay? Apple. Nope. Google? No change. IBM? No change. Microsoft? No change. Xbox? No change. Disney? No change. Target? No change. Starbucks? Even Starbucks roached out on the gays? Of all the people that roach out on the gays, you're gonna expect Starbucks to do it? Damn! Bank of America? No change. What about Blizzard? No change. What about World of Warcraft? Also no change. It's not a working day? Yeah, but usually social media...
So, me personally, I do not care if you're gay. I do not care if you're straight. And I just find this whole entire push on my sexuality, your sexuality in general has always just made me feel uncomfortable. It didn't matter if it was my straight friend coming to me and telling me about what he did with his girlfriend the night before so he can get props. Like, it's very weird. It's very odd. Like, especially guys, like, especially straight men, when they're growing up, and they get some, or, you know, they kiss a girl or whatever the first time, they run around and tell everyone. Like, they're so proud of it. They're so excited about it. That always made me feel uncomfortable. I was always like, yo, bro, like, who cares? If you kissed a girl, who cares what you did with the girl? Like, why are you coming to tell me? Like, congratulations to you. Like, that's a private matter. Like, she didn't do that in public. She's not a prostitute for you to go around and, you know, promote your sexuality with her with. It's just weird to me that companies have been spending millions, if not billions of dollars over the last couple of years promoting and funding sexuality. It's odd. It's odd that they're including these sexualities in every single thing that exists in today's world, in all of pop culture, in music, in movies, in video games, and everything. Like, can something just not be normal without shoving sexuality down someone's throat every 10 seconds? In my opinion, from a religious standpoint, this is all a plan from the devil, right? Sodomy and fornication, these are some of the biggest sins that someone can commit. And what is more hypocritical than anything is the straight man or the straight woman who is out there fornicating, having sex with multiple people, 10s, 20 people before they get married, but they're over here judging gay people for having sex. This is one of the most hypocritical things that you could possibly have a stance on. Like, from a religious aspect, it doesn't matter if you're gay or it doesn't matter if you're straight. If you are having unwarranted sexual intercourse and you're not married to the person, it is completely forbidden. It is one of the worst sins you can possibly commit. This, killing, stealing, being bad to your parents or being rude to your parents, these are some of the worst sins you can possibly commit, right? So they're believing in some other God but God Almighty himself, the one God. These are some of the biggest sins you could possibly commit, gay or straight. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, yes, you cannot get married as two gay men and it's legal. No. Homosexuality is a sin. It is not permissible, right? But there is no difference between a homosexual relationship as far as sin goes and a fornication relationship between a man and a woman. I'm sorry. If you are continuously practicing sodomy, or even if it's sodomy between a man and a woman, right? Or if you're continuously practicing this fornication, or you practice adultery, you're married and you cheat on your husband, you cheat on your wife, these are some of the gravest sins you can possibly commit. And it doesn't matter if you're gay or you're straight. I just find it very, very repulsive and weird that sexuality has become this thing that we have to wear on our chest, and it's something that has become a part of every single one of our identities. Like, when I'm checking out a form now, it's not, okay, are you white? Are you black? Are you Chinese? Are you, Middle Eastern? Check. Are you a male or female? Or are you identified as other? What do you mean? Okay, check, I'm male. Are you gay, straight, bisexual, lesbian? Like, bro, why does that even matter? Why does that matter when I'm A, looking for a job? Why does that matter B, when I'm signing up for the military? Why does that matter C, when I'm doing anything else? Yes, maybe medically that matters. If you're going to ask me that at a hospital, that might matter, right? If I'm sexually active. But if I'm not even sexually active, check the no box on sexually active, then none of that even matters to begin with. So thank you guys so much for coming in today. This was my stance on what I'm seeing. It looks like companies are pulling back their funding and pulling back their support on this Pride Month, and it is politically driven, and it is driven by their consumers as well. I think their consumers are pretty much sick of it, and people are pretty much sick of it. But thank you guys so much for coming in today. God bless every single one of you. Let me know what you guys think about this and what you guys think of Pride Month and what you guys think of the defunding of it by these companies. God bless you all, and until next time, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.